Women of Reddit, what would you like all men to stop doing, immediately, as of right now? Attention to all men reading this. Please, and I mean please, stop drying your hair by furiously rubbing a towel over it. You are weakening your roots and making it fall faster. Just put the towel on your head and press it against your head till hair has stopped dripping. Or if you have long hair, just do like women do and wrap it up in a towel hat. Believe me, your hair will thank you. Staring at women as if they were a free steak. If you have a medical issue, please get it sorted. Stop ignoring it. My partner has been ignoring a problem with his IAMD, never saw a doctor and had an appointment last year but missed it as he felt he couldn't miss a few hours of work. Luckily I made him sit in A&E and told him not to come home until they have seen him. He was seen and his sight can now be saved. If he'd have left it he could have gone blind. If you aren't my husband you have no business touching my waist or lower back. Ever. Stop that now. Suggesting that women who have been sexually harassed or assaulted somehow misunderstood the situation. Stop neglecting basic hygiene. Treating the stuff they see on Pornhub as if it's realistic. Internet porn is not sex ed, fellas, nor is it real life. Talk to your partner. Communication is key to good sex for both partners. Seeing "sorry, I'm not interested" as a challenge. I've found I'm a lesbian, LS also seen as a challenge. Sending unsolicited DK pics. Not that all men do, of course. Coming up to women waiting for the bus alone at night and asking for their phone numbers / asking them out. This happens so often and I don't see how anyone can think it's appropriate. Obviously the answer is always going to be no, but it does not feel like a safe situation to give a firm no in. Saying they are an alpha male. Are males really still in alpha? When's the full release? When I say I'm lesbian, I would love for them to stop saying you just haven't met the right guy yet, or I can change you if you give me one night with you. It's disgusting and makes me more of a lesbian, and no, I will not give you proof that I am a lesbian for your own pornography fantasies. My favorite response is to say, maybe you haven't met the right man yet. Have you ever had gay thoughts? LOL. Stop thinking that it's feminine to have a skincare routine. Skin health is important. I would like them to stop asking, is it that time of the month? Every time I am upset of something. No is not a challenge. No doesn't mean yes. No isn't an invitation for you to try and change it. Learn to take rejection. Don't insult the women who turned you down by calling her a gold digger or SL*T. Remember that no means no. Downplaying things when we talk about sexual assault or harassment. Super glad none of your friends do that, hopefully, but just because your friends don't do it doesn't mean it's not a problem. There is never any reason to touch my lower back when you walk past me. In fact, 99 times out of 100 you do not need to touch me at all to walk past me. Stop being afraid to show your fellow brothers affection, love, and care. It's not gay. You're acting like we don't kiss our homies goodnight. Ignore social cues to leave others alone. If I am wearing earphones / reading / curd in my responses to you, I'm not interested in conversing / engaging / dating / effing you. I understand wanting to start a polite conversation, but if the other person is occupied / uninterested, shrieking that they are being rude / a CT / a CKTs is inappropriate. Just learn to read the effing room and take a hint. Strategic incompetence for tasks that are commonly associated with women. These range from seeing that a household chore needs to get done to scheduling a meeting, writing meeting minutes, remembering a birthday, that the towels need washing, etc. We see you. We know what you are doing. We know that you know this stuff needs to get done and that you're capable of doing it. No one was born knowing how or wanting to do these tasks. Effing stop it with the excuses. You're an adult. Thinking that a no can eventually turn into a yes if they keep trying. Thinking that a no can eventually turn into a yes if they keep trying. I blame effing Hollywood for this mindset. Getting angry because they don't get sex but then calling women WS for sleeping with anyone. Thinking tasks involved in the care of children come more naturally to mom than to dad. Yep. My uterus makes it easier to change diapers. And making a baby bottle? My uterus told me to read the directions on side of the formula can. Stop protecting bad men. I'm sick and tired of dealing with predictory men. I just want to be able to go to work and not be harassed, and be able to go for a run at night and not worry about being attacked. To drink too much and not have to worry about being assaulted. I want to be safe. Assuming kindness is flirtation. Not participating in household chores. Be an adult, it is your house as well. We are not your mamas. Men are the worst at ignoring medical issues. My ex-husband refused to go to the doctor over chest pains. He was using his mom's nitroglycerin and it helped. He died of a massive heart attack Christmas morning at 37. Broke my heart and my kids. Men, you are not invincible and you're not weak to seek treatment. Catcalling. Disrespecting women's boundaries. Using 3-in-1 LOL. Not participating in housework because you didn't tell me to. Be a grown-up and an equal partner, you know it needs to be done, don't play dumb. Thinking in archaic terms of women hold less value than men, aren't as important/intelligent, and act like a women's place, wife, is in the kitchen, or at home cleaning while still earning an income and raising the children. Things are starting to improve in some groups, but there are still generations of particular groups of men who want a relationship where the woman takes care of the man. Men need to raise their children to contribute more to the household and be a better example for their children. Sexualizing everything we do. Assuming that because a joke isn't PC or is crude, that you need to apologize to any women present. It's the biggest way to make someone feel awkward and isolated from a group, especially if there's only 1/2 women in a group of mostly men. I probably found it just as funny as you, but now I'm not gonna laugh cause you singled me out. Stop killing your audience. Spitting. Especially when it's directly in a walk path. Please just stop. It's effing disgusting. Blaming women if you can't get laid. If you can't get laid, you're the common denominator, so it's probably you. Yes, this goes for women who complain about not being able to find a good man too. In 4 complainers. There are plenty. Invalidating women's experiences because they're not men's experiences. I'm specifically thinking of sexual harassment, rape, and medical issues, where we say we had XX experience at work or the supermarket or wherever, and a man feels the need to jump in and say it never happens because they've never seen it. Or medical issues when the doctor is a man and doesn't believe us when we say our period cramps hurt and is disrupting my life. In my case, I had undiagnosed celiac disease which affected my period severely, where I couldn't get out of bed for days during my period, and I was told it couldn't be that bad, and a doctor eventually told me I was psychotic or had been raped or abused as a child and I hadn't processed my trauma. Spoiler alert, wasn't abused or raped, because the undiagnosed celiac disease was destroying my body. Talk about invalidating. My auntie died of bowel cancer because the doctor refused to any run tests when she came in for severe fatigue, told her she was stressed, and sent her away because he refused to listen to her. Eventually she found another doctor who listened, ran tests, but by then she was stage 4 and it was too late. For medical things, most studies are done on men and affect women differently, so doctors have a tendency to think we're exaggerating and dismiss our experiences instead of actually doing something that can relieve our pain or find out what's going on. My sister was only diagnosed with ADHD at the age of 25 because it presents differently in females than males, and she was only diagnosed because it's clear her daughter has ADHD and was diagnosed, yet they refused to treat her and her daughter, whereas the moment my brother was diagnosed it was instantly straight into treatment plans and options. Stop telling girls to smile. Shut the F up. Especially strangers. Where the F did this come from? Is it something that fathers pass on to sons? Why are so many men concerned about my smile? It's not just strangers either. I had a boss wondering why I wouldn't smile and I looked sad as if it was a performance issue. Unsolicited advice when we describe our occupation/hobby, especially intolerable when they have no experience in said occupation/hobby. Stop trying to make women squirt by furiously jamming fingers into vaginas. No, that doesn't feel good, and obviously our bodies try to get you to stop by shooting projectile fluid at you. A woman may be fat or unattractive, but that doesn't mean she's desperate enough to allow drunken grubby attentions from a guy who sees her as his backup girl. Grilling women on our interests to make sure we are legit. 1. You wouldn't do it to another male. 2. People blank when grilled like that. 3. You don't have to know everything about a thing to really like that thing. Stop turning every conversation with me into a lecture about something. You're just talking at me. It drives me insane. And to be clear, that's different from talking passionately about something. I'm referring to men who decide the women they're speaking to definitely don't know anything about a particular topic and need to learn now. Spitting on walkways. Christ. My friend was walking behind a man on a very windy day when he spat and it landed right in her mouth. As the only woman in my team of 6 men, and actually the only woman in our small branch of about 20 men, LD like to say this: stop looking at me as a sexual object before you look at me as a professional member of the workplace. Stop making conversations sexual and creepy. And please stop asking for a selfie right away when we never talked at all. I'm tired of trying to make new friends because they end up wanting sexual favors and they never care about what I talk about and end up removing me because they didn't get their way. I'm sick of it. My real-life friends are vanishing. I've been upset as of late because my personal life has gone a bit downhill and being treated like a sexual object and not a human has been making me feel worse about myself when I am already struggling with stuff. I really just want friends that actually care. PD, PS in English, not all men obviously. Stop ignoring your mental health. Too many men simply rely on their own capacity to push it away, ignore it or try to hide it. It's okay to reach out. It's okay to seek help. It's okay to open up and talk to someone. Doesn't necessarily have to be a therapist, just stop keeping it all to yourself. We all go through the same thing. Even if you feel completely alone in your situation, can promise that someone can relate. I know it's hard and it isn't my intention to sound like a just do it cheerleader. I just want to highlight the fact that it doesn't have to entail seeking professional help, even though that would be best. If you are unable/unwilling to talk to a therapist or similar, the least you can do is keep a diary or write letters to your future self about your current thoughts. Just to get them out of your head and sort through them. It can help you sleep and might help you be a better version of yourself. Catcalls. Pretending to get to know women just to get sex. Hate men who lie about their intentions just to add to their body count. Assuming that if you're kind to a woman you get sex as a reward. The typical nice guy routine. Stop creating a friendship with ulterior motives, then get mad when we don't want a relationship with you. Compatible or incompatible, both parties get a choice. Bloody well stop explaining the job I've been doing for 40-odd years to me. Seriously, just stop. Please stop putting shirtless bathroom pics in dating profiles. My personal favorite were one taken in public bathrooms, alongside the urinal or the trash bin with the toilet paper coming out. Reading through this thread has made me realize that maybe I'm not such a bad person. Talking to me like I'm stupid or incompetent. Also, please stop assuming I can't drive a stick. Stop thinking that sex only involves a man having an orgasm. Taking it personally when a woman is not romantically/sexually interested in you. Of course, if she leads him on, it's one thing. However, if she tells you that she isn't interested, don't be a baby about it. I can't tell you guys how many friendships have been ruined simply because I wouldn't go on a few dates with guys. Being just friends is so hard for some. Why? Stop trying to derail every conversation about women's issues to make it about men. It truly benefits nobody and makes you look like a hateful idiot. It's like going to a charity walk for breast cancer research and screaming into a megaphone about prostate cancer. It literally happens on every post anyone makes about anything that predominantly impacts women. If it wasn't so shitty and intellectually dishonest, it would almost be comical at this point. Plus, why do men's issues only matter to these men when they can use them as pawns to try and silence women? You don't usually see these men making their own posts about higher male suicide rates on a random Wednesday. They only care when they can use it to try and invalidate a woman. Staring at women as if they were a free steak.